Hello students, today we will discuss the nomenclature of organic compounds. The term nomenclature indicates the system for the naming of organic compounds. If we talk about the earlier stages, then in the earlier history of the development of organic chemistry, organic compounds were named after the source from which they were isolated. For example, if we talk about the name of urea, then since this compound was firstly isolated from the urine of mammals, so this was termed as urea. If we talk about the acetic acid, which is commonly known as vinegar, so this was termed as acetic acid on the basis of its source. The source of acetic acid is vinegar, and in the Latin, the word vinegar, we use the word acetum for the vinegar. For the another example, if we talk about wood spirit, which is the common name of methyl alcohol, so this was termed as wood spirit since the source of this compound is wood. These compounds which were named after their source are termed as trivial name or the common name of compound, and the system is called trivial system for the nomenclature of compound. So this was the initial history for the nomenclature of compound, and the system was termed as trivial system or the common system for the nomenclature. After that, the IUPAC has proposed for the formal system for the nomenclature of organic compound, and in this segment we will deal only with the IUPAC nomenclature of compound. So first of all, we will deal with the full form of IUPAC. IUPAC stands for the International Union. It is International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. And what the rule IUPAC has proposed, now in this segment we will deal with those rules. It is International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. So before we discuss the IUPAC nomenclature of organic compound, first of all we will see some basic rules which were proposed by IUPAC. These are, if we talk about the IUPAC name of any organic compound, it essentially contains three parts. The first one is word root name. The second one is suffix for the nomenclature of this compound, and the third one is the prefix of that organic compound. Now we will deal with these terms one by one, and first of all we will initiate with the first term, that's word root name. The first term which is useful for the nomenclature of organic compound, it's word root name. It is the basic unit of the name which denotes how many number of carbon atoms are present in the parent chain. On the basis of different number of carbon atoms present in the parent chain, different word roots are used. For example, if we draw a table for the number of carbon atoms, and in the condition what the word root is, second category will indicate the word root used in the presence of these number of carbon atoms. If the parent chain contains only one carbon atom, that in this condition we use the word meth as the word root. If the parent chain contains two carbon atom, that time we use the word eth. If it contains three carbon atom, that time we use the word prop. And if the parent chain contains four carbon atom, then time we will use the word but as the word root. If the parent chain contains 5 carbon atom, that time we will use the word pent. Now further ahead, if the parent chain contains 6 carbon atoms, that time we use the word hex. Parent chain contains 7 carbon atoms, we use the word hept. For 8 carbon atoms, we use the word oct. For 9, we use non. For 10 carbon atoms, we use the word dec. Since carbon has the catenation tendency, so it can contain a large number of carbon atoms in the parent chain. So now in the condition, if the parent chain contains total 11 carbon atoms, that time we use the word undec. If the chain contains 12 carbon atoms, we use the word dodec. In the case of 13 carbon atoms in the parent chain, we use the word tridec as the word root. For 14 carbon atoms, we use tetradec. For 15 carbon atoms, we use pentadec. If 16 carbon atoms are present in the parent chain, that time we use the word hex for the 6 carbon atom and add dec word for the word for 10 for the unit 10. If 17 carbon atoms are present, that time we can use the word heptadec. For 18 we use the word octadec. If 19 carbon atoms are present, that time we use the word nonadec, and 20 is different from this. It's not decadec, the word is icosine. And further on, it can contain different number of carbon atoms, so different word root are used. Now we will deal with the second term, which is essential for the IUPAC nomenclature of compound, and the second term is suffix. So now we will take an idea about which kind of suffix are used with the parent chain. After the word root, we use the suffix in order to write the IUPAC name of the compound. There are two kinds of suffix which we use for the nomenclature. The first kind of suffix is termed as primary suffix, and the second kind of suffix is called secondary suffix. And we will deal with these suffix one by one. So first of all, we will deal with the primary suffix for the organic compound. The first category for the suffix is primary suffix. Actually, primary suffix indicates whether the carbon parent chain is saturated or unsaturated. If the carbon parent chain contains only single bond, then for this saturated carbon chain, we use the ane suffix as the primary suffix. If the parent chain is unsaturated and this unsaturated parent chain contains double bond, then in this condition we use ene as the primary suffix, and if this unsaturated parent chain contains triple bond, that time we use ine word as the primary suffix. Now if we talk about the secondary suffix, then this secondary suffix indicates the presence of functional group in the organic compound. In the presence of different functional group, the different suffix are used, and about the term functional group and the different suffix used in the case of different functional group, we will deal later. So first of all, we will take the simple idea about this, that secondary suffix are decided by the different functional groups present in the compound. Now we will deal with the last segment of this organic compound, or of this nomenclature of organic compound, that's prefix. So the third term is prefix. The name of those groups which are attached to parent chain as the branch, or they are attached with the parent chain as the substituent, their name are written as the prefix before the word root. Again, there are two kinds of prefix. They are termed as primary prefix, or the second one is termed as secondary prefix. What are these prefix and where these are used? Now we will deal with these prefix. The first category is primary prefix. The primary prefix is used to distinguish the cyclic compounds from the acyclic compound. If the compound is cyclic, or it contains a chain of carbon atoms or the chain of carbon atom with a heteroatom, that time we use the word cyclo as the primary prefix. For example, if we are to name this compound CH2 is attached with another CH2 group, and these all CH2 groups are going to form a ring, then to nomenclate these compound we can use the word pent as the word root because it contains 5 carbon atoms. But before using the word pent, we will add the word cyclo as the primary prefix, since these carbon atoms are going to contain a cyclic chain of carbon atoms. We will deal with the second part of this, that one is secondary prefix. The second part is secondary prefix. Secondary prefix is decided by different groups which are not used as the secondary suffix, and these functional groups are taken as the substituent. So we will deal with these functional groups which are taken as the prefix. For example, if we talk about the fluorine group, then if it is attached with parent carbon chain, then we will treat this fluorine group as the branch, and in this condition we will use the word fluoro for this group as the secondary prefix. Same as if chlorine atom is present as the branch, that time we will use the word chloro as the secondary prefix. If bromine is attached, that time we will use the word bromo. Same as if iodine is attached, we can use the word iodo as the secondary prefix for the nomenclature of compound. If NO2 group is attached, that time we use the word nitro, and if an O group is attached, we can use the secondary prefix nitroso. We talk about the alkyl group. If CH3 group is attached as the branch, then this branch is termed as methyl group. If CH2 single bond CH3 or C2H5 group is attached as the substituent, that time we will use the word ethyl as the primary prefix. If CH3 single bond CH2 single bond CH2 with a free valency, and this kind of alkyl group is attached with the parent chain, we can use the word normal propyl with the name of organic compound. And if these three carbon atoms are attached in the manner where CH3 single bond CH single bond CH3 is in a straight chain and the mid CH group is attached with the parent chain, then in this condition we will use the word isopropyl as the secondary prefix. So now we can name an organic compound. The name of organic compound is written in the order that first of all we will write the secondary prefix for that compound. After that we will write the word primary prefix, which may be cyclo, or it may be in the case of acyclic compound we will not use the primary prefix. After the primary prefix, we will write the name of word root, which will be decided by the number of carbon atoms in the parent chain. That time we can use the primary suffix for this, which will indicate whether the chain is saturated or unsaturated. After the primary prefix, we will use the secondary prefix, which indicates the presence of functional group in the organic compound. And about the secondary suffix, we will deal in that segment where we are going to deal with the functional groups. So this is the order in which we will write the organic name of any compound, and in the next segment we will deal with the different organic compounds and their nomenclature.